Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. We're here going to be doing another review, and this time it's going to be of the LeKpz M41 90mm, which as you can see is basically a M41 Bulldog, but in the German tech tree for the Bundeswehr, and it's got the 90mm gun mounted on it. And well, it is a premium. It's a premium tier 8 light tank. So yeah, another nice light tank for those people who don't have one at tier 8, such as me. And I believe it might actually be the first light tank at tier 8 that we have premium. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So yeah, it's a nice addition. And as you can see, this one has got the Cruel Streak camouflage on it, which is a special camouflage dedicated to the Blitz Twister Cup of 2017. As you can see, there's the kickoff of the Twister Cup on Armistice Day, the 11th of November 2017, as a nice little number plate on there. And as you can see, it's got Twister written on the side, the Blitz logo there, nice Bulldog up there. And it's a nice black with a little bit of red tinting on it, which is very nice. So I was looking for a Twister Cup thing, but I can't see one. No matter. So let's take a look at it. 25% protection, 59% firepower, 62% shot effectiveness, and 75% maneuverability. So first up, I'm going to say that I do have this tank on PC. It's not got the Twister Cup camouflage, obviously, because Twister Cup is a Blitz World of Tanks Cup. However, I do still have the Grand Finals edition of the M41, and I find it a very good active scout rather than a passive scout. And just for clarification, passive scouting is sitting in a bush and spotting things. Active scouting is going around, rushing around, putting side shots into people, generally annoying the enemy team as you just drive around, all in there behind lines, killing off those immobile heavy tank destroyers that can't escape from you, and just generally harassing them whilst your team shoots them up. So you get some points for spotting them, damaging them, and your team damaging them. And that's basically active and passive scouting. So I find it a very good active scout, and I have yet to play this tank in Blitz. However, if it's anything like the one on PC, I will think it will make a very good active scout. So starting off, only has 1325 HP, which is not a lot for tier 8. And we look at the AMX CDC, that has got 1350. And so, yeah, you can say that it's almost got the same amount of HP as a medium tank. However, the CDC is one of the most fragile tanks in the game, especially at tier 8. If you, for example, Tiger 2 has got 1600, as has the KV5. The FCM 50T, which is a medium in Blitz, has got 1500. So yeah, it's fairly fragile in that regards. Plus, only has 25 frontal hull and side hull, rear 19mm, the front of the turret, in fact all round the turret, is 25, so the maximum thickness you've got is 25. Everything is going to penetrate, high explosive especially, so you've got to be really careful about not getting hit. Your tracks may absorb some of the high explosive shot, but it's still going to do massive splash damage to you, which means that this thing will die in a very short amount of time if it gets hit by HE, because if it gets hit straight on, the HE is almost guaranteed to hit. Even from the FCM 50T's 90mm gun, that has still got 45mm of high explosive penetration, which is 20 more than it needs. Even this thing's gun could hit itself and kill itself with HE very easily, which means that it's very, very fragile. It's really manoeuvrable though. 23.5 tons with a 525 horsepower engine. It's got a 72 km/h top speed with a 59.14 traverse speed and a 52.15 turret traverse. It really is very good at active scouting, because it has got really good speed, very good maneuverability. It's got really good turret traverse and hull traverse. Which means that you can easily dogfight people, you can easily circle around the slow Tiger 2s, you know, the KV5s, the Glacials, the IS-6s, anything you meet on the battlefield, you can easily outcircle them. Even some of the slower mediums, perhaps, like the 50T, which is it's big for a medium. I mean, it is on PC a heavy tank, and if you look at it, it's bigger than a Tiger 2. So, yeah. this thing can easily outcircle lots of its opponents, which means that the manoeuvrability really good. 75, it's just the really good manoeuvrability. As for the engine, it's an AN GRC-8, which has got, again, 525 horsepower, 20% chance of fire and impact, so yeah. As for the turret, yeah, terrible armour, decent view range, 250 metres, turret reverse, very good as well. Suspension, yeah, 26 tons load limit, which isn't a lot really, but it's not a very weighty tank. But now we come to the gun, which is the most important part of an active scout. It's the 90/76mm US Canon M42, which is a mouthful, and it's a bit confusing because it says 90/76mm. But then if we go into it, it does have 9.0 centimeters AP heat and HE, so yeah. Let me just change that, there we go. So yeah, 275 meters view range, which is decent. But yes, what was I doing? Gun. So it is a tier 7 gun, but for a scout tank, you're not going to be frontally facing people. You're always going to be getting around their sides and rears. So a 10.04 rate of fire rounds per minute, which is decent. That's just under 6 second reload, which is a decent reload. It's pretty fast. It's a fast reload. You can pour loads of fire into people's sides and rears, which is nice. It's got decent pen. 182 front with AP, 250 with HE, 102 with high explosive, which is, poof, that's amazing high explosive. Just 102 penetration. You can pen the sides of Tiger 2s with that amount of high explosive pen. You can penetrate lots of things with that kind of pen. The T34, for example. T34, the armour at the rear, 51. Armour at the sides, 76. You can easily just pour HE all into the rears of this tank, which actually gives me an idea to load up some more of that. There we go. So yeah, so yeah, really good penetration, especially for a flanking light tank. Sorry, 240 average damage with AP, 200 with HE, 8 with heat. Sorry, 320 with HE. So yeah, it's a 90mm gun, so that's average enough, sort of, for 90mm damage. Let's just compare it, shall we, to the 90mm on the FCM 225. That's actually got more damage. I thought it was, because the Jackson doesn't have that much, and that's a 90mm. So yeah, it's got a really good gun, even though it's a tier 7 gun. Yeah, 240 with AP, 200 with heat, 320 with HE. The accuracy is a bit meh, but you're not going to be sitting still, you're not going to be sniping fronts of heavy tanks with it, you're going to be circling them, which is the whole point of a light tank. And it's got really good aim time of 3.9 seconds. Let me just unlock that, there you go. So, yeah, overall, it's a very good gun. Good rate of fire, meaning a good reload time. Decent pen for a light tank. Getting around sides and rears, that's a decent pen. Very good average damage for a 90mm. That's what is it, like 15 average damage more than a standard 90mm, which is very good. A bit mere dispersion, but very good aim time. So overall, it looks like a very good light tank. It's obviously got the balancing factor of being very weak and not having that much HP, but it makes up for it in really good manoeuvrability and a very, very good gun. And that's really what you want for a medium, isn't it? Light tank, sorry. As for ammo, you carry 46 rounds, which isn't actually that much. However, you're never going to fire off all 46 of those rounds in a standard game, I would imagine. Not unless you're carrying extremely hard. So you can go ahead and mount as many as you want. Yeah, I loaded some more HE, because looking at it, there's a lot of things that you can actually pen with that kind of HE, which is very nice. As for provisions, you've got your standard and improved fuel for 3 and 10% respectively to engine power and turret reverse. Then you've got chocolate bar and chocolate for 3 and 10% respectively to crew mastery. And then you've got protective kit, 15% protection and crew from injuries, 10% speed and module repair, 20% fire protection, and 10% ammo and fuel tank durability. So you can go ahead and mount some of them if you want. As for consumables, you've got your standard repair, first aid, fire extinguisher, Then you've got engine power boost, 20% engine power for 15 seconds. Then you've got adrenaline, 20% load speed and 10% chance of damaging enemy vehicle modules for 15 seconds. Then you've got the multi-purpose restoration pack, which is these three things rolled into one, and you can go ahead and mount some of them if you want. I just prefer to go with the 3 standard because it gives you a nice survivability. But of course your mileage may vary, as it does for a lot of people. So when you buy this tank as a pack, because this is the first time it's been out, obviously, and so of course I got it with the special Cruel Street camo, which is a legendary, obviously, war paint for the Twister Cup. You get 6 equipment slots unlocked. Even if you didn't get it with the Cruel Street, you still got 6 equipment slots unlocked, which was a nice little bonus. Plus you got 4,000 gold, so yeah, nice little bonuses. So overall, first out, I would say definitely get the gun rammer for the better rate of fire. You don't need the improved calibration, I would say, because 182 pen is still very good pen for a light tank. So I would say gun rammer for the -7% load time. Then it's sort of a toss-up between improved modules or defense system, because the -10% chance of engine damage is nice. However, the track and fuel tank, I suppose to an extent, durability is going to be nice, and because you're going to be a rushing, bumbling around light tank, your tracks are likely to get damaged, because people are going to try and blow off your tracks so that you stop running around and they get to shoot you easily. So I would say probably the improved modules for the increased track damage, defense rather. Then then definitely coated optics, because like I said, this is more likely an active scout, which means that you aren't going to be sitting in a bush, you're going to be in the enemy's view a lot of the time. So Camonet, although it's nice to have the improved visibility, I think definitely improved optics is going to be better for coated optics. Then supercharged, because you really don't need the enhanced gun lane drive. 3.9 seconds aim time is an extremely good aim time, so you don't need it to go down to 3.5 seconds aim time, so definitely go with supercharge for the increased shell velocity and the decrease in penetration over distance, which is going to be a nice bonus. Then definitely improved assembly, because enhanced armor, yeah, no, it's not going to work, matey. It's a bad idea. So definitely go with improved assembly. Then I would say engine accelerator. You don't need the improved control, you don't need 61 degrees per second of hull traverse. You just don't need it. So the increase in reaching top speed is definitely going to be a better thing to have, in my opinion, in order to get up to your top speed quicker. Really. It increases your traverse speed to almost 60 anyway, so oh well. Then definitely vertical stabilizers. As an active scout, it's very important that your gun is able to actually hit what you're trying to shoot at on the move, and vertical stabilizer for accuracy during movement and turret traverse is going to be perfect for you, so definitely go with vertical stabilizers. Refined gun would be nice for the better dispersion, down to 0.32, but really, I would highly suggest vertical stabilizers. Then it's a choice really of these two, possibly enhanced tracks, if you have a quiet time where you can just prepare. And then your choice of whatever the hell those two things are. So overall, it's going to be a really good active scout, I think. Once again, I haven't actually played this tank, but I've played it on PC, and it makes a very good active scout on PC. So I can only imagine it translates over to Blitz. So yeah, that's the LeKpz M41 90mm. I'm hoping to be a very good active scout. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.